Izacus and Xin Zhao. So, yeah, pretty mixed damage from 777. They've got a lot of range, which is nice, and then Xin Zhao going in. Obviously, Cho'Gath not having the most range either. Ashe Bard. Dabis Bard is an interesting one. I don't think we've seen Dabis Bard, and we've barely seen Bard in UNL in general. I remember Jamie whipping it out in Season 2 finals, I want to say, to great effect, and we maybe have seen Bard maybe 2 or 3 times since then. Cool champion. Obviously, good roams, especially on Infernal map nowadays, because when you've got the chimes and those haste things, like Bard moves so quick. Very
Zoom,
mobile
zoom.
champion.
Bard is a little bit of a character where like going against the current is actually something that can be justified. He's a little bit of a Charles like me, you know? Just a
Like
little bit.
you. Do you see something of yourself in Bard?
Yeah, I do, I do.
I'm trying to see myself in Bard, if you know what I mean.
Mm, I'm trying to see you in me, dude.
Okay. So,
Take your eyes off Bard.
we're not seeing double support item on the center bot lane, which is nice to see. I don't know how it works, and I wouldn't want to have to try and understand it while watching the game or googling it in
Uh,
the background.
so they might actually end up with double support in after a bit anyway. Like the ADC generally buys it like after a bit. Like they don't start with it generally. So I'm pretty sure they will still be actually doing it. What basically happens is like uh after their like first base, the Seraphine will come out of lane with the World Atlas, and then they both will divide farm evenly so as not to get the penalty. With the support item, if you farm too much, you basically start earning less gold. So each of them will just farm so that neither of them gets that. Because as long as you execute, even though it increases your CS number, it actually, interestingly enough, doesn't count towards the number for like the CS debuff penalty, which is something that Riot is probably going to change soon enough because it is a little bit candy.
Did you say it's a little bit Gandhi?
Candy. Cancer.
Oh.
The opposite of Gandhi, dude. It's not peaceful at all.
So, um, so yeah. I mean, I think one interesting part as well is Harmonix this game have got the main bulk of their points on their engaged peel champions. You know, the Gragas and the Zac in the top side. So it's really on Bekla and Feb to be delivering that damage. And also, do not underestimate that Bard damage late game because he do be pumping it out.
Honestly, for speaking of the Bard damage, I would first think of the one coming out of Gragas. I do think his burst can actually be kinda ludicrous come late game.
It
Especially
is,
onto champions like the Senna and the Corki.
it is, a lot will depend on how much they misstep as well. It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
aggressive in
true.
the bot lane right now. Bekla pumping out some nice damage there. They're going to be happy with that.
Honestly though,
Um,
I think unless someone really missteps heavily in this bot lane, not much should really happen. Both are relatively safe farming lanes. We should see the Bard like be more proactive on the map though, I think, because he just has like, as we talked about earlier, right? Like better access to the map with his portals and chimes, movement speed.
so Xin Zhao has been spotted by the Ashe E, Hawkshot, I believe it's called. So that's pretty good. Oh, going in now. Ignite
As we speak about the bot
goes
lane,
down and
no.
Senna flashes away. The ghost popped on Ashe as well. Um, so yeah, 2 sums for 1. But the Senna flash means that she is a lot more vulnerable to anything that goes on. Yeah, that we're seeing now, like as soon as one bit of crowd control goes down, people following up with slows. I mean, that's even without any of your other follow-up. Both junglers getting a base off.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether Harmonix try to contest their drugs that are coming up. because I do think that their solo laners are currently stronger than the 777 counterparts. However, Zac in the early game is not exactly a very useful character when you compare him to someone like Xin And but still, I think with both her solo laners being able to have priority and the Bard potentially looking for a move, I do think Harmonix should be able to take it. However,
Oh, it was
Zinzao looking
777
for a
coming in.
gank
Dust
bot
coming
lane.
in for the gank. He hits. Beckler is going to need to flash. They follow it up and they get the first blood on the Zinzao. Is Bard going to go down as well? Very nice stun. Very nice stun and disengage there. But we are going to see first blood. Is Gwen Scottani going to move towards the grubs that are spawning right now?
Yeah, I think
They could look. Yep, they're looking. And that's a flash out of Blazicus on the Cho'Gath.
great gank from Dust on the bot lane. A little bit of a misexecution from VB Twink on the Q there. Otherwise, I think he would have collected the kill. But I think, honestly speaking, it's probably better for the Zinzao at this point of time anyway.
That's it. Get a bit
So
of an advantage through the map. Yeah, Harmonix are. Bard is going up to help secure the grubs. That's one grub down. Corki's going to get vision on it. But they do have vision of the Corki, so February 14th is going to go in.
he has the jump reset. He decides
Corki
not
is
to
level
take
6
it. I
though.
think he saw the
Hmm
Zinzao. That's fair enough.
Oh, the Cho'Gath is flashless. And this is going to be pretty dangerous for Blazicus.
Seems like it's a
Should
kill.
just be a kill onto the
Being given
Tristana.
over to February. The
And then moving
Tristana
back onto
now
the
gets a
Krug.
kill as well. Both teams one kill each. 3 grubs over to the side of Harmonix.
So we're seeing a little bit of a farm lead come across for Corki in the
The
mid lane
Corki.
because that Tristana moved off. But small farm leads, about a wave and half wave respectively in the top lane and bot lane for the side of Harmonix.
And honestly, the wave lead that Ares got, right, is also kind of nullified by the fact that the Tristana did receive a kill.
Hmm
So I think the Tristana is more than happy being 6 CS now.
Oh, for sure.
777 do respond by trying to start up the dragon because Harmonix did in fact spend a lot
Harmonix
of
are
time trying to
rotating
take the grubs.
faster. They're going to have 4 there before 777 rotate. There's a big stun from Dabis. Sending it. Dusk is going to go down, and Arrow on Fire is going to follow. Kills onto both of the main carries for Harmonix there. And Wibbly forces the package having Corki away. Oh, flashes and ults. And Corki flashes away to respect it, seeing that Dabbers on the Bard was following up. But this Dragon should be going down to Harmonix. And we've got a 700 gold lead prior to the Dragon being taken for Harmonix now.
This is
Blazicus is going to get
actually,
a fair bit top lane, but yeah, kills where they need them for Harmonix.
I mean, honestly, I think this is really bad for 777 because I feel like their champs required them to get ahead early, and not only are they down in gold, they also ended up losing objectives on both sides of the map. Harmonix were able to not only secure all 3 of the grubs on the first spawn, but also able to get the mountain dragon, which makes it only harder for 777 to get their snowball rolling.
Definitely, you don't want to be losing grubs and first dragon on top of each other, as well as a couple kills in doing so. You know, you're sort of half contesting them and dying for doing so, and then still losing the other objective, which yeah doesn't help you out if you're trying to scale a bit, which the bot lane and mid lane are definitely trying to do on the case on the side of 777.
If you look at like 777's comp, right, I think their strongest point should be come mid game. But if Harmonix are able to secure objectives like they have so far, they can kind of just not fight them in the mid game and just give up a dragon or two until the Zinzao has fallen off into obscurity.
February 14th having to jump out. Davis comes over to cover and gets the ward, but that roam is scuppered. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think any champion in the game remotely competes with Senna late game. because you know that champ's strong. But
Uh, I do also, as far as I remember,
oh,
Arrow on Fire is a play. Cross map, Ash Arrow hits onto the Cho'Gath, but Wibbly ignores that and goes straight for
he is gonna
Dusk
get
on
him
the
on the plant.
Zinzao. Ooh,
Big CC chains. That's a
beautiful
very
knockup
nice
from
combo.
Scott, Scott coming
February
into
14th is not going to get eaten because it's on cooldown. Oof, unlucky. This
the
bot lane
jump
pressure
from
is
Scott onto Blaziken and Dusk ensures their demise. The kills picked up one each by the Zac and the Tristana.
yeah. I mean that was the combo we were talking about before, like the CC chain and then Tristana jumping on top. There's nothing you can do. Like once you get hit by that first bit of crowd control, you're stuck for a bit.
And not that I think that Blaziken is doing particularly poorly. I think he's actually doing alright himself. But I think this is where the lack of their star top laner Rack is starting to show for 777, right? Usually, like in these cases, while the bot lane might be mildly behind and the mid laner will be farming, trying to stay even, Rack is the point where they focus and get leads through. And so far, there hasn't really been any point where they've been able to do that. Although, ignoring that, 777 trying to look for a dive on the bot side, but Dabis and Bekla are actually able to evade it off without any sort of casualties or Summoner's Blow.
And
In
that is the
return, the
6
Zac
grubs picked up.
was able to get all three of the grubs, as you mentioned, taken for basically free. Uh, yeah, I think with the way this game is going, 777 have their work cut out for them to really get back into the game. They need to look for plays within the. Oh, TP
Flash.
coming in from Wibbly onto the bot lane to try look for a pick with the Ash Arrow, but unfortunately it misses and that not much gains for them. Wibbly has to slowly walk top lane shamefully with Bekla's ult on cooldown as well.
Thank you
This
for highlighting
might
shamefully.
I mean it is pretty sad when you have to like just TP bot and then you don't get anything and you just walk top lane. Like it feels really bad. Regardless, though, Dragon coming up soon, and if I am correct, they will not have Ash ult or Bard ult for that, and definitely not have teleport from February 14th. Wait, actually, am I a little stupid? Was that the teleport from Feb and not Wibbly
It was
instead?
the teleport from Feb.
Yeah, I think I might have called out the wrong thing. I apologize for that to Wibbly and the audience. But however, that makes it a lot better for Harmonix than I had initially anticipated. Because Wibbly's TP is very essential to be able to try contest this upcoming dragon.
Yeah, both
And
bot laners.
if they can hold out for a minute, which they seem to be able to, as Zinzao's pretty late to the dragon, Ash ult and Bard ult will be up pretty soon too. Although, seems like
Ghost coming out from Bekla there. Just making sure he doesn't get caught. Dusk is
uh,
here, but do they have? Yeah, they do have vision around there. Big Bard ult. Stunning with the CC chain. Arrow on fire is going to get the ult off before going down. And Cho'Gath, Lasercus, is going to take down Feb. Ooh, so Gragas gets a double kill on the Seraphine and Zinzao. Double kill for the Corki with, I think that was package. And then, yep, Zac and Gragas against the, ooh, the worst play-by-play you've ever heard. Blaziken is pretty big here. But then the Gragas coming in, yeah, that's going to be a CC chain into, oh, yeah,
it
Wibbly being
looked
unstoppable. 5-0 on the Gragas. That was unlucky not to get the Zac, but really well played from the Harmonix top jungle.
It looked really good for Harmonix initially with the two-man Bard ult,
Hmm.
but I think the Tristana actually rocket jumped into the Seraphine ult and
And then got
kind
eaten by
of got
Cho'Gath.
yeah and kind of got bursted down and wasn't really able to contribute much in the fight. which
Yeah,
made it so that
Corki did a
it ended up.
lot of damage very quickly.
Except,
I did not think Corki had that amount of damage available yet,
yeah,
to be
it ended
perfectly
up
honest.
being a lot more closer than it should have been because of great play from Ares and a little bit of a misstep by February the 14th.
Yeah, I
But
mean, Eris with
despite that,
the Eclipse, I haven't looked at Corki builds, but I mean, Eclipse sounds like it's big early damage. Oh,
oh, the entire team of Harmonix,
oh,
except
Ash is
the
top lane.
ADC in the bot lane.
Ash is top
Uh,
lane.
yeah, except
Oh,
the ADC
Bardoll
in the
gets the
bot lane.
Seraphine flash, and this is
Getting off the
probably going to
front to the
be
Seraphine.
first turret.
Yeah. They kill the Seraphine. They blow. Sorry, they kill the Senna. They blow the Seraphine's flash, and they get the first turret. And I think they'll be able to convert this into the dragon as well, which they previously weren't able to get because of a poorly
Oh,
executed team fight.
a nice disengage from Corki there to dodge the Ash R. As well as
Did he
getting
get the mid
few.
lane turret? I
Mm,
think he got the mid lane turret.
I
Did he?
didn't see it go down. Did it go down?
Yeah, it looks like it went down indeed. So the Corki
It go
was at
down.
least able to get the mid lane turret in return and
Yeah,
get some gold
Eris.
injected into
Oh,
himself.
Yama being the saving grace and beacon of hope for 777 right now.
Yeah,
You know,
it looks like if he can get a bit more gold and get his Muramana completed around like 20 minutes, he
it's a
will be
big
a
collapse
real
coming
threat.
onto the mid lane. Davis getting caught. He's going to portal out. Oh, Wibbly on the
Wibbly on the
Gragas.
flank, but he looks to be
The
close to
Zac
dying, but
engage.
Zac comes in and gets a beautiful knockup
Senna
onto
just
three
exploding.
members. Yama
Wibbly
unfortunately falling as well.
dominating, and Blaziken just has to walk away downwards, and that went just about as badly as it could have done for them, losing the turret as well. These grubs, when you hit 6 of them, the speed that you take turrets is nutty, especially when you got when you've got the Tristana on top of another ADC. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was actually a fight that was being started by 777, but unfortunately for them, they didn't really come close to even being able to kill one member on Harmonix. I think they weren't aware of the position that Zac and the Gragas were in, and as
No, it was a
such,
really
it made
nice
a
flank from Wibbly, sort of seeing them
yeah,
come. Um,
yeah.
pause. But yeah, being able to watch them go in, letting the bot lane know where they were going to be, and they played around it really well.
Yeah, well played from Harmonix. As I said, like these are the kind of flanks that Wibbly is just so good at finding, right? I think that's why he's been so successful. He just knows what his job is in every fight and does the maximum amount he can, even if it's not in terms of damage. Great follow up by Scott as well. He was very patient and made sure to go in only when it was guaranteed to be able to get a 3-man E. Speaking of being maximizing things, Eris maximizing his income by getting another turret, this time with a bounty onto it. Big money for him. Has his Manamune completed. Hopefully it will turn into a Muramana soon, and he can look to fight after that. But despite the Corki being so strong in this game, it is looking very difficult for the side of
That's it.
777.
I mean this. Oh, big CC combos once again.
Great collapse
Big
by
Seraphino.
Harmonix.
Oh, that's a huge Bard ult. Zac maybe going. Zac is going down. Okay, Blaziken is pretty large here. Is he gonna? They're looking for him. Thus going back in. They are going to get the Ash, and then Wibbly with a shutdown here. 600 gold onto the Xin Zhao. Dabis just doing enough to live at the moment. Dusk is following, but can Davis? No. Can he kill here? He can. Yeah,
Oh!
that's what I was thinking. Bard does
Yeah.
damage. And the
But
Corgi not
yeah,
quite enough. So, I mean,
that was
overall
actually a
positive.
collapse by Harmonix onto 777.
Hmm.
But they did not panic and actually responded really well, with Airs pumping out damage throughout the fight, Wing in at the end when the fight was looking close, and
And
just constantly landing his rockets.
picking up
And
another objective bounty there. So, you know, Eris is
this
racking up
Corki
gold
is rich.
pretty rapidly. Yeah, I mean, had he also got the Had he
Muramana.
also been able to pick up the 600 gold bounty on the Gragas, like we would have a very rich Corki. This would be a huge back. I mean,
He did get one of the kills onto the fetch Zac as well. That's a pretty big shutdown too. We'll take those. Bit of an overcommit by 7-7 at the end there, with Dusk getting a little too greedy, but at the end of the day, the kill cell just went over to the Bard, and it shouldn't be too impactful. Dragon coming up in 30 seconds, both teams looking to contest it by the looks of it. Corki is actually top lane without TP available to him. I am not sure if he has package available, if observers could show us that. Oh, he does not, and seems to
he
actually
is
be
going
getting
to go
one shot
down.
by the Gragas.
Yeah,
And
this
Senna
Gragas
also
build
is committed.
is pretty
Uh,
crazy.
I think this is going to be really tough for 777 to be able to try contest this. I think they need to leave this. But to be fair, I guess they don't really have anywhere else they can look to make a play either. But yeah, the teleport coming in from Ridley, I think this is going to be tough. Okay, 777 able to disengage and walk out. Good attempt from them, but I would not like to see them do any more. This is a 4v5 without their most fed member being around. Uh, yeah, Ridley just getting a flash E onto the bot lane of 777, one-shotting the Senna. The rest of the team collapsing, they get the Seraphine too. But Corki comes in with the package, gets massive damage onto all of them, gets the Gragas, but unfortunately dies doing so himself. Yeah, overall though, I think HMX will mostly be happy with that. They were able to get a dragon and 3 kills throughout that entire play. Ridley did fall, but doesn't seem like it's going to matter much because they seem to be able to at least get the push out on always. And Scott, along with Bekla, is able to clear out some of Xin Zhao's jungle as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty dominant display from Harmonix's top side this game. Um, the Zac
The
and
one thing I
Gragas.
really don't like though is like that half contest from 777. They, I feel like at that point you have to either all go in or leave because it's a 4v4 for a limited period of time before Ridley teleports in. And when he does, after you've disengaged, you just have to walk away. You can't stay there because there's no realistic way for you to get the dragon. Uh, Ara on
100%.
fire seems to be
Oh,
caught by
Dusk is
Dusk.
stunned here. Got a CC chain going in, knocking Wibbly back. Oh, Bekla is going to go down pretty quick to the center. Dusk falls as well, but yeah, I mean, we've seen it a couple times. These half commits, I think a big part of that can be attributed to the fact that 777 has a bit of a mismatch roster today. You know, no rack. Blazeker subbing in, but hasn't practiced with the team, and thus coming in for his first game of the season. You know
Yeah,
that.
I think you're right about that. It's definitely showing that they lack the synergy. However, it was a valiant effort from Aristo near the end of that fight as well. Packaging in, doing lots of damage, being able to collect the highest elo person on the enemy team and Ridley.
I think Scott's the highest elo.
Oh, highest points then. How about that?
Yeah. Then you'd be right, I believe.
I hope I'm right. No offense to anyone. But yeah, looking like a very difficult game for 777 to claw back into.
It
All their
is
members
Soul
are very
Point.
far behind, and Harmonix seem to be on Soul Point. I would like for them to be a little bit more aggressive with how large of a lead they have, but Harmonix are not exactly a team that likes to play it quick. And honestly, after some of the losses my teams have had, maybe I shouldn't be talking about trying to play quickly anyway. However, HMX do seem to be posturing around Baron, clearing vision with the Bard. Let's see, maybe they can find the pick and look to turn after that. However, 777 playing really careful, not overextending yet. So it doesn't look like they'll be able to get the pick that they want. However, the Senna overextending, being caught by the Bard ult. However, there is no follow up and he walks away safely. So, no more Bard ult for a minute. That gives 777 a little bit of relief, as a lot of their champions are actually summonerless. But Ridley getting a pick onto Dusk along with Scott, and that's 777's jungler down. With this and bot lane pushing in, I think Harmonix are gonna go onto the Baron. Trade up started by Ridley, Zac, and Ash, while the Bard postures around the entrance to keep the Cho'Gath away. Uh, Harmonix should be able to collect this with ease and then look to reset for Soul. Blaziken tries to flash over the wall and seal it with the Cho'Gath ult, but unfortunately, it was well executed by Harmonix and they were able to pick this up. Looks like they'll probably try to push out top and mid, reset, and then look towards Soul, and maybe even the end after that.
Yeah, sorry, I wish I could help you cast more, but my throat has just started dying for some reason.
That's alright, dude. I think it's okay.
You're doing a
Bardol's back
great
up,
job.
stun onto the Seraphine. Ridley follows up with the great body slam, and it's just dead in one shot. They get the tier 2 the tier 2 turret top lane, and seem to be looking for more. It There is no one from 777 who is there on time to be able to protect it, and as such, Harmonix also pick up the tier 3 turret, which is the inhibitor turret.
Yeah, I mean,
They seem
the
to be
wave clears. Oh, is Gwen Scottani on the Zac going to go down? Ults. But yeah,
Harmonix
passive
were
pops.
looking to reset, but unfortunately, Mr. Scott has been caught out. But with the amount of time that it took for him to go down, seems like Harmonix are still first onto the dragon. But 777 do not want to give up the soul so easily and have teleported bot with the package from Corki. Let's see who's able to get it. Harmonix seem to be electing to give it up based off of their posturing, but Ridley's looking for a flank. Seems like he will be able to kill the Cho'Gath, or sorry, the Seraphine, but the Ashe ult unfortunately misses onto her. Great Seraphine ult onto the Tristana and Bard, with the Tristana falling over. Ridley in the backline goes ignored and is able to pick up the Senna by himself. The Corki barely surviving with 30% health. And overall, despite the numbers advantage, 777 have to back away from the dragon, but they were able to secure it. And that's big for them, because now some of the members on HMX have lost their Baron boss. 777 have been able to push out the side lanes to where they're under less pressure and also delay the soul for a bit. However, Ridley and Bekla looking for a pick in the enemy jungle and they're able to find it onto Dusk, who was unfortunately caught onto his red buff and has to pay the price with his life. Ridley, once again, looking for any people who may walk up without respecting him. But I don't think he'll find much because all I see in that lane is a Cho'Gath. Scott, on the other hand, cleaning up the bot side jungle of Dusk. This honestly must feel so upsetting as the Xin Zhao. You don't really get to play. You go top side, you have a Gragas body slamming and one-shotting you. You Then you respawn and you go bot, only to find out you don't even have any camps left. And while 777 seemed to have bought some time with the pick onto Gwen and the dragon that followed, that is all it looks like they've been able to do. It's not really looking like they're clawing their way back. HMX doing a very good job of actually continuing to put the pressure on to 777 and making sure that they're not even really even able to leave their base without paying with their health. The constant shove onto mid and bot is starting to become a little difficult for 777 to deal with, as each time they try to clear the wave, a barrel comes onto their face from the 12 to 12 Gragas with a Storm Surge, Luden's Companion, and Shadow Flame. And what soon looks like is going to be a death cap. The next dragon, a minute coming, and I think that's probably the time we'll see the next fight happen. Because, again, as I stated earlier, Harmonix are not a team that look to make plays which are a little unnecessary. But to be honest, I think it's not entirely on them this time around. 777 are playing it quite safe, and as such it is difficult. Never mind, I caster cursed it. 7-7 walk up, Gwen Squatani gets a pick onto the Senna, who's immediately bursted. Dusk almost falling, but the ult saves him barely. However, this does mean a push onto the top side for HMX, which might result in a little bit more than some chip onto the turrets. Maybe they can look to get an inhibitor with
Hopefully.
5v4 on the top lane. Dusk goes in onto Wibbly, but
Two-man
is
Bard ult.
stopped by the Bard ult right in his
She's
tracks.
just starting to jump in. Oh, and the engage from Dusk, but he's just going to get blown up immediately. The center ult.
Yeah,
I
it looked
mean,
like the Tristana was caught out, but the Zinzao is in fact the one who falls. This is very unfortunate for the side of 7-7, but good attempt. Oh, Senna root onto the Bard, but they just do not have the damage. Gwen goes on to the Senna and Shogat. Ash ult coming in, stuns the Seraphine, but his team is too far away to really go in on them. Seems like HMX is headed towards Baron, and with Dusk dead, it is really difficult for Harmonix to be, or sorry, 777 to be able to do anything about it. This will also probably result in pressure in all the lanes once again, and that should also convert into a free soul after HMX have reset. And yeah, I think this is where the game will end, right? 777 are on a bit of a timer now. They need to look for a play in the next minute or so, because HMX will be powered up with Baron and the Hextech Soul in their base trying to end. The Corki is starting to become strong. He has his 3 item spike and more, so the Wibbly, so the Gragas and Zac will find it a little difficult to burst him down, but it's still looking really rough for the side of 777. Uh, they were caught overextending into their jungle, and Gwen Scottani was able to blow Senna's flash once again. However, they did lose the Bard ult in exchange. Harmonix won't seem to be pushing the bot lane inhibitor turret and are able to get it with the help of the Baron empowered minions and the little Void Grubbies.
Wibbly is such a threat just hovering over that wall. Like, not even needing to throw anything. And
Yeah, just his existence makes
Mhm.
it difficult for 777 to really step up. And yeah, the Ridley's threatening presence combined with wait, as we see that Corki jumps in with package, but unfortunately not doing much damage. The Ash Arrow lands onto him, but he's able to flash to the side and kill Bekla. But if you look on the other side, the Tristana and Gragas are trying to end the game. Uh, 777 try to stop them, but Ridley just one-shots half their health and instantly kills the Senna. And Gwen's jumping onto the Seraphine and the Corki. Corki trying to pump out damage, stop his team from losing the game right then and there. Wibbly falls. Tristana has fallen.
It's
And
just the Bard and Zac left, though. As
yeah,
Zinzao was
Dusk
able to take
cleans up
down Bard,
Bard,
and Zac
and Zac seems
is going to
to
fly out.
barely escape with his health. 777 do it. They were actually able to hold off Harmonix even with the Baron empowered minions and Hextech Soul. However, HMX did not fall over for free. They have only one inhibitor and half a Nexus Star left standing after that scuffle about in 777's base. I
Yeah, I mean,
must say though, Air stepping up today in the lack of Rack, their star player. The Gold Bomber is performing. He is being the damage that his team needs, and yeah, it's really difficult to deal with a Seraphine and Senna later on into the game, along with a Corki and Cho'Gath as well.
for sure,
H
the
HMX seem
damage
to
charts are
be,
going to be interesting.
yeah. Who do you think has the most damage in the game? I think
Uh,
Wibbly and then Yama.
I think Tristana is going to have quite a lot of damage.
She's died at the start of a lot of fights though.
Yeah, but I think that yeah, damage is going to be there. I do think Wibbly's done the most, definitely.
Hmm.
I think Yama's done a lot. It wouldn't shock me if Senna's done a decent bit.
Hmm.
And I think Zac is going to be a bit sleeper. But
HMX looking for picks in the jungle of 777. They walk into the arms of awaiting Dusk, but is it
yeah,
really Dusk who was waiting? Gwen Skatani jumps into all 5 of them, but I'm not sure if he wanted to do that. Has to walk away. A huge Bard ult from Dabis onto the 4 people of 777.
that's it. Dusk is in, and we're
Followed up.
seeing the value of this Xin Zhao that we're talking about. Yeah, 777 holding down really well. One thing I really want to see from 777 is some fucking anti-heal that isn't just Lawn Mail. Because Gragas and Zac are healing a lot.
Yeah, over there, like, Bard was able to get such a good ult, which was followed up by the Zac E, but Xin Zhao just holding off the
Senna, yeah,
entirety
Senna not
of
able.
HMX by himself. Senna here seems to be trying to 1v1 the Zac, but unfortunately not able to finish him off in time and actually falls to him instead. Just incredible amounts of healing coming on from the Zac by just picking up his little blob bags.
That's why I really want to see some anti-heal.
Xin Zhao is the next challenger that the Zac
Oh,
faces, and it does not
we
look
see
like he has
TP
any
in from
plans on.
February 14th. Immediately having to jump out though.
Yeah, the Cho'Gath and the Corki were there to back them up.
I mean,
And
Cho'Gath is big, and this game feels like it's gone for longer than 36 minutes because so much happened early on that yeah, like this one's felt quite long.
Elder coming up in about a minute. I am hoping that that will be the final nail in the coffin that is starting to become this game. Because, oh my god, Harmonix do not seem to be able to end it. But to be fair, rather than criticizing Harmonix, I would like to give credit to the side of 777, who despite their ragtag roster are actually holding their own against one of the better teams in this split. However,
Definitely, and
Dabis
you know,
seems to actually be caught
oh,
out here. Falls, but have
and
777
777
committed too much.
seven,
Does not seem like it, but in return, the Cho'Gath does fall down.
I mean,
1-for-1, and
they
I think
keep getting 2-for-1 situations. You know.
oh right, the Bard fell at the start of the fight too.
Yeah,
That's
Bard
actually
did go
really
down.
great for the 7-7.
You know, they keep getting these, and that's Elder's up, and the Zac's dead, and Wibbly goes in, so that's a flash off of the Senna. But Wibbly is going to take some damage here, and I mean,
think this is what
777,
you
they're going to
alluded-
posse for Elder here, and
Yeah,
I
this is
don't know
what
how
you
much.
alluded to earlier, right? Like with Senna, like having such
Mhm.
insane scaling and just becoming such a monster late game.
Yeah,
And
like
the lack of damage on the side of Harmonix once
that's it, and the game
Gragas
has
falls
accelerated quicker than probably expected. But
777
yeah,
actually seem like they're getting the Elder.
yeah,
Wibbly on the
we
flank.
just need to see a smite from Dusk here.
Oh my god.
And we do. Wibbly's going to go down, and Beckler is caught out here. February 14th going down as well. 777 are going to take a 3-0, it looks like.
Yeah, this might
That's it. As long as they
actually
don't get
allow
caught mid, then
them to get.
they might be looking to end here. Corki can get
but
out, but that's
unfortunately
it.
for them.
As long as they don't get caught, that was the only thing there. And They did overforce mid without the men. But Bard could go down here and should go
It
down
seems
here.
like even though the Corki falls with Elder, even
And
Cho'Gath has enough damage
Zach's
to.
gonna go down as well. I mean they should be looking to end or at least Baron, right?
I think they can end with
And
these
I mean
people that
with
they
that
have.
they've taken the gold lead back down to 1500. I
The
know that
calls are split though.
Harmonix
Seems like they
have
want to go
soul.
for Inhib and then Baron because the Zinzao's taking the jungle.
He is. I feel like you just want to stick together and get things done. Like
Yeah, I'm not sure if the jungle CS is really that valuable, but
you know,
sure,
compared
I
to
guess.
oh, I was really hoping that did. Oh,
Oh, Ashlar connecting onto the
is
Cho'Gath.
Cho'Gath going to go
Seraphine
down
ult
here?
coming
Yeah.
off.
See, this is what like you can't be splitting up in that situation.
Yeah,
They
that
are going
was
to
a
get Baron
very
for it, but not
baffling
having it on
call.
Cho'Gath as well is pretty sad.
And not just the Baron, like, he lost his Elder too. Although to be
Mm-hmm.
fair, it was falling off like in a minute, but yeah, only I
It's a
think
walk
the
out.
Seraphine and Zinzao survived with it. I is there anyone else who has the Baron? Sorry, the Elder Dragon left.
I don't. Did Senna die?
Think so. Yeah, just the
Yeah.
Zinza and the Seraphine looks like. But yeah, that should be enough though, because like honestly, most of the fights are 5v5 at this point. Uh, yeah, by the time the Elder Dragon falls off, Cho'Gath will be up, and it will once again be a 5v5. It's really difficult for Harmonix to look for any sort of end here, since uh, 777 did just get the Baron, and will have the Baron empowered waves because of that. But yeah, really messy from Harmonix. Not what you want to see from a team that is rated to be top 2, top 3 against a ragtag team. Not
I don't know how they've
That's
done it,
probably expected
but
to.
777 have now taken a gold lead by 1500 gold. We've seen a 3k swing from even after that Elder Dragon play.
Yeah,
And
40 minutes into the game, the first time that they actually have a lead.
you know they have one turret and a dream right now. If Senna
Honestly, though,
can
like with
survive
the
the
way fights are
engage,
looking, I think that their dream might actually become a reality because
the
it's
big
very
downside
difficult for
is
them to
yeah,
kill the Cho'Gath.
those jump in threats on the side of Harmonix all have their flash up, and Corki and Senna both don't.
At least the Corki
It's
has his W to be able to try still, but yeah, the
it
Senna
does, but it's
is
not.
gonna be
It's
tough.
nowhere near as fast
That is
as a
true.
flash.
Uh, a pick onto Dusk, but he's surviving at the moment.
They hits the
Seraphine ult
Tristana.
onto the Tristana, and she gets
Tristana
one
goes
shot.
down. Can they?
Zac in the background trying to stall as much as he can, but is dropped down to half health. 1 for 1 so far with the jungler for the mid laner. Gwen Scottani barely survives. 777 looking to chase down Harmonix. Harmonix seem to be able to get away for now.
I really
But yeah,
like the
like
Edge of Night purchase on the Senna. Like, you know, we know that engage is the thing that Harmonix really have onto Senna, and Senna is doing the most damage in the game right now.
yeah,
Senna's damage
that
is
fight was
bonkers.
so close, and HMX had to run away despite getting a 4-man Zac ult,
Hmm.
and him distracting like 4 members at once. Like Harmonix need to pull the biggest rabbit ever out of their hat if they want to win a team fight at this point.
Can we get a Senna stack check?
Oh, Gwen Skarani finds a pick onto the Seraphine, but doesn't actually have the damage to be able to convert it into anything.
That's
Bard ult almost
forcing the
found
Senna
the
flash is
Senna, but forces the
really
flash
big for
out.
Harmonix.
Vidley
They're looking
looking
to force
to
this.
walk in,
Xin is not there. Xin is simply absent right now.
but he'll
They're
be joining them soon, and like I don't think they kill the Cho'Gath soon enough. Seems like Vidley is looking for any opportunity he can find, any mispositions, any mistakes he can punish. But 777, play it safe, are still in the game.
yeah, I mean, we've been seeing a couple of new picks for people this game, and I'm really liking the Davis Bard. Like those ults, forcing sums near enough every single time. Eris Corki, you know, people question it. You play high skill cap champs that maybe aren't the most common or thought to be effective picks for your rank, and where are the haters now?
That's the hater speaking.
Thank you,
Nothing
Little
but
Rifty.
silence.
Yeah, I mean, is that the the fourth item in Corky's inventory? Is that the
Fifth
oh
white stuff. Oh, malignant.
yeah,
Fourth
Corky
one.
just
Oh,
blowing up
Tristana gets
Tristana
caught
there,
out.
and they have to blow Gragas and Bardolt, and
Just to
TPing
be
bot
able
on
to.
the Corky. I mean, Elder is being taken right now. Do they
By the
know?
Asha.
They
I
just should know.
I don't think they do. They don't seem to have any vision on it.
I mean,
But
what? Yeah, with the
yeah.
Tristana down, so, they've taken Elder, but if Davis goes down
Seems
here,
like
then
the Bardus is going to.
he
Oh,
gets the
the
stun
great
off
stun on.
and
Has
another
to
stun.
flash out.
But Senna has 8 million range right now. But gets
Seems
caught.
like 777 have overextended, and
That's the. Is
yeah,
Corky gonna be able to join the fight from behind? Look at Eris, stop taking turrets. Eris, stop. Eris, stop taking turrets. Eris, stop taking turrets. Eris,
no.
you'd have won that fight. Oh no, it's an incident.
Unfortunately,
But does he have the
oh,
dash? Ah, show.
unfortunately for 777, close fight, but they were not able to win that without the help of the Korki because of the Elder buff on all of the members of Harmonix.
And yeah,
Even
it
though
looks
the
like they are going
Tristana,
to walk down lane.
yeah, seems like they can end. The timers are about 15 to 20 seconds on most of 777.
And they've got the wave top side for that turret. But yeah, this looks like it. I mean, Senna's up, but Senna can't
I
do
don't think
anything.
they can stop them. I don't think they can stop them.
They shouldn't be able to stop them.
Yeah, because like it takes them like half a second with the void drops to take that remaining turret. Yeah, teleport to secure the minion, and yeah, that's the end.
That
It
is a
took a
game for
lot longer
Harmonix.
than expected, but the outcome was not different.
No,
But
it went as
props to
expected in
777.
terms of result.